The Pulse of Spokane is a broad show that showcases many different things in our community, sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.
Well, welcome to a remote edition of the Pulse of Spokane, and it's kind of crazy because for the next few weeks at least, everything will be done remotely. I'm in my home office. Ryan McNeice is joining us as a local attorney with McNeice Wheeler. How are you, Ryan?
Thanks for having me, Ken. Doing as well as we can under the circumstances.
Yeah. I just want to clarify for our audience because you asked that question yesterday. Do you need to wear pants? And you are, right?
I am, for clarification. I did consider my pinstripe PJs, but I am.
Okay, good. Hey, you've got a staff at McNeice Wheeler of how many? 15?
We're at 9 and 10. One of our
Okay.
attorneys is in Seattle.
Okay. So you're dealing with folks that have, for the most part, they almost all have their private offices and so forth. But is everybody at home right now?
Primarily, yes. We've asked everybody that can work from home to work from home.
Right.
We've been alternating a bit in terms of individuals wanting to bring specific documents in. We've had a couple people in the office that have been kind of staggering their schedule to keep some social distancing. Interestingly, right. Ken, with the legal services, it's deemed essential, but we're trying to do everything as remote as possible. Right. I would say the caveat, most of that is very, very doable, except for functionally getting estate planning done. We'll do, for instance, we probably did 4, 5, 6 consultations yesterday, but the signing aspect of it has been difficult.
Yeah. It's welcome to our world. I had to sign some papers the other day via DocuSign. I mean, it's kind of crazy. It really is.
Well, and Ken, if I could throw out in terms of the estate planning signing, the difficulty, because you're correct, DocuSign, Adobe Sign, there's some great resources out there to all of us for signing remotely. However, with powers of attorney, healthcare directives, and wills, notaries and 2 witnesses make it difficult to do a DocuSign. Governor Inslee, I thought correctly, had an order to move remote notaries up in terms of, I believe it was going to come into effect in October of 2020, right. But he had an order here recently to make it effective immediately given our circumstances. Unfortunately, that particular remote process isn't quite as easy as it sounds. There's some issues there from insurance issues and witness issues.
I was going to say, I mean, how do you bring the witnesses together without doing Zoom or something? I mean, it's just, and you don't want it to be challenged at some point later when the estate has to go through probate or whatever it is. And you want to have absolutely legal documents. So I get it. Yeah.
Well, and you bring up another good point. The challenge, if you will, being that document being challenged. Right now, the requirement for the remote notary is a specific Department of Licensing certification, actually even beyond our normal notary certification. But then you need to keep the video conference of the notary process for 10 years. However, the problem is it appears that malpractice insurances, whether it's real estate closing or estate planning, there appears to be an exclusion right now in the respective insurances that wouldn't cover that challenge.
Right. Hey, let me ask a question with all that's going on. And what has it done to your business? Has it slowed it down by 10%, 15%, 20, or not that much?
Gosh, it's what I think about 24/7 in terms of running a small practice like ours with 9, 10 attorneys. I would say we're just as busy, and then I'll explain that. We're just as busy on teleconferences,
Mm,
doing consultations, talking out issues with respective clients. But because of the functionality of not being in front of them, it is hard to conclude the particular
yeah,
transaction. An example of that, Kent, would be we do a lot of estate planning, we do a lot of civil litigation, uh, property disputes. And in terms of property disputes, quieting title, et cetera, that requires recording at the courthouse. Our civil litigation requires obviously quite a bit of interaction with the courts. And although the courts are open right now as essential, it is a bit difficult because most all civil cases actually have been put on hold or a stay to the
yeah,
scheduling order until further orders. So to answer your specific question as to our either reduction in overall busyness, it'd be hard to say because we actually are still pretty busy. It's just more difficult to effectively get from A to B.
right. What are your employees, your other attorneys, and others saying about the work conditions right now?
I would say similar. We're very fortunate that we're in great communication with all of our team members, even remotely, which we've done even previous to this. We're constantly on group texts, group emails. Uh,
Right.
I think both mental health wise and physical. I think everybody's doing well in these times. I think they're each of them because we're constantly in communication. I know they're busy on their respective teleconferences, et cetera.
Hmm.
We'll get through this. We will get
Yeah.
through this. Everybody's obviously in it together, but certainly isn't anybody's first choice.
Right. We got to ask how the family is.
Family is doing great.
You've
I
got a
think
built-in
everybody.
teacher.
We actually, I really, really enjoy all these memes that you'll see on social media about
Yeah.
homeschooling. That parents tried it for about 5 minutes and decided maybe that's not their God-given role.
Yeah, and
Uh,
things like maybe the teacher was right about your child.
right, and
Yeah.
Sarah has done a great job of every day. She's been doing a different lesson from geography to math to literature. So as a teacher, she's definitely stuck to the passion of keeping them busy on different projects.
Right, right. Well, good to talk to you. As I said earlier, we're checking around town with various people. I wondered how folks in the law industry were doing, and good to see you on camera on the monitor here.
And
And
Kent,
have a good.
I really do appreciate the opportunity. If I could throw out one more thing, just because I
Yeah.
think it's so beneficial to all businesses, whether it's law offices, but primarily, restaurants, all service providers, et cetera. This payment protection program that's being unfolded by the SBA right now,
Yes.
applications can be turned in as early as tomorrow. I know
Right.
between Becky Wheeler and myself, we're actively submitting the respective payroll documents to make sure our team stays intact. We have
Right.
no plans of downsizing at all, but rather keeping our same team. And I think that payment protection program hopefully will be practical and will help a bunch of small businesses make it through this.
Yeah, when I talked to the mayor earlier today, it was a matter of, we have a virus issue and we have an economic issue. And last thing we want to do is it's actually affecting a lot more people on the economic side than it is
I
on
agree.
the illness side of things. And we could just see a lot of people unemployed. The numbers are way up, as we know, and so forth. So good to hear that you guys will keep going and be strong because we all need to continue to work.
We're going to keep fighting the good fight. And fortunately for us, we really enjoy our team and we'll make it through to the other side.
Yep, you got good people. Hey, thanks, Ryan McNeice with McNeice Wheeler. Take care.
Thank you, Ken.
We believe every person is created in the image of God with immeasurable beauty and worth, that people should not be defined by their present condition or past mistakes. We are all broken. We need each other. Healing for our brokenness begins with connection, with understanding how much we are loved by a good God. And with healing comes change, the potential for joy and meaning. No one was created for mere survival on the streets, for an existence blurred by mind-numbing substances. Each person is created with a purpose, a unique gift no one else can offer the world. Our job is to help them rediscover it. Real people, real change. Union Gospel Mission.
Welcome to Apex Plaza, Spokane's one-stop cannabis destination. Apex Cannabis features thousands of economy, value, and luxury cannabis products. Cannagear features hemp-based CBD products, glass, goods, and gear. Stop by 1325 North Division to experience the Apex difference.
This product has intoxicating effects and may be habit-forming. Marijuana can impair concentration, coordination, and judgment. Do not operate a vehicle or machinery under the influence of this drug. There may be health risk associated with the consumption of this product. For use only by adults 21 and older. Keep out of the reach of children.
The economy is getting stronger, banks are lending again, and interest rates are at historic lows. Now is a great time to buy your dream home. The caring and knowledgeable professionals at Homes for You have been helping people just like you for over 20 years. They take the time to listen to what you want and will help you find just the right home in Washington or Idaho. Real estate is what we do at Homes for You, 928-5782, or visit online at homes4uspokane.com.
Hi, this is Kurt Stockwell with Well Dressed Walrus. We are a local website design and development company here in Spokane. What we do is build beautiful, usable websites for local businesses. A website needs to be beautiful, it needs to be usable for your users, your customers, and yourself. Contact us anytime. We'd love to talk with you about your online marketing.
Thanks for watching. Ask the host a question, recommend a guest, or check out any of our other programs on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or SpokaneTalksMedia.com. Sponsored by Local 29 Firefighters Union, Well Dressed Walrus, and Homes for You.